Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome back to some more Ball Pit. I really liked that nuke run last time, so I think we're going to try and fit in as much empty nester as we can, just to see what we can do with her. So she has not cleared... Oh, the liminal desert. Oh, that's not exactly great. Okay, let's unlock the next region, then we'll use her. I apparently use her more often than I thought. Who have I not used? So we have the cohabitants. Who are fun. Who else has not beaten this? So, something that works well with Brood Ball is the real answer. I mean, obviously we could go for shotgun. Sure. Boost this up, fast plus. We're gonna do shotgun crossed with something. I just don't know what. Shotgun maggot? That would require an extra broodmother. Right? No, it's broodmother and cell to make maggot. So, no, that's actually kind of doable. Do extra damage decay every time they bounce. That's not very good. Most of these aren't very good. I'm going to grab the Wretched Onion, just because I am going to be parking myself somewhat in front of things. Because we have like a gazillion balls that we're just going to be firing here. You heard me. Let's see. Do we want to banish? Banish. Do we care about lightning? No. Like I could do flash, but nah. I'm gonna banish vampire. I don't think we're gonna be using it. And I'm going to banish air. Also not going to be using it. Let's grab the short bow, and... Man. It doesn't really feel like I'm getting a whole lot of what I'm really looking for, but I don't know what I'm looking for. Mostly just a lot of these are kind of okay. Let's grab the wagon wheel. Ideally, I'd like to do cornucopia, as that's going to be good for this build. We might want to restart considering how weird bad RNG has been. Yeah, I'm just going to do a quick restart on this one. Sometimes RNG is just like, hey, here's nothing. There's this stuff. There's this stuff. I like to get at least like one or two of the things I'm looking for in a run, if possible. Let's see. Bomb, shuriken. I don't really know if I care for any of these. No, there's the egg sack that we need. Because yeah, I don't think I've done shotgun maggot before. I don't entirely know what that translates to. But I'm assuming it'd be fun. Okay. I'm gonna banish this preemptively. I know we don't want it. Hey, we mirror. Just max out egg sack. Alright. Okay, we do a boatload of damage here. Do I want to grab hand fan? It's kind of good. I don't think we need it, is the main thing. I think I'm going to grab it anyway. I should probably also start thinking about what the next ball is going to be. No, we know exactly what the next ball is going to be. We just need to actually clear some of these out. Maggot. Unfortunately, we're a little vulnerable to direct damage. Anything shooting at me close range is a little spooky. Do I want to do silver bullet? Yeah. I just have to be very careful because we need the warhorn. Well, we don't, but still. I'm really curious if the iron, if this guy's barrier counts as a wall. I'd hope so. But I have no idea. Okay, so we're grabbing another broodmother? Yeah. What are we doing with said broodmother? That I don't know. Okay. Let's get the shotgun up. Because, yeah, we want to mix the two of these. So they're as blasty as we possibly can get. Feeling pretty good so far. There's the maggot. Now we just need to do is get shotgun up one more level, and we're good. I do have to keep an eye out for Warhorn. There's a very real possibility I'm going to just tunnel vision this. It happens often. Anyway, get wrecked, dude. Oh, and don't get hit by the snakes, because the snakes will take my orb away. That's what I was afraid of. Oh, I could have leveled. That's fine. Well, I don't know. Yeah, can't do that. Do want it. Can't do it. I could go for the Deadeye's Amulet. The only immediate problem is it's kind of anti-synergistic. Because I don't crit. Unless it gives you the crit chance. I think I'm just going to grab... Screw it. We'll just grab Vampire. I don't know what I'm going to do with Vampire, but we're grabbing Vampire. And we just have to hope the Warhorn shows up. Unless it already has and I missed it, at which point I apologize. These things happen. I'm so used to not picking it for certain builds. Though, honestly, the further we get into the game, the more points in leadership I get, the more it kind of becomes extremely good. Because Cornucopia works on almost every single class. Just the extra baby balls are extremely good. I'm getting to the point where I might need to pick Deadeye Amulet just to get it out of my... just to clear the pool a bit. There it is. It's getting to the point where I honestly might actually have to pick... Like, if I'm going for Cornucopia, that needs to be the first thing I prioritize. No matter what. Okay, so at this point we've got a good fusion comboed. Good fusion combo, bunch of evolutions. Let's start by fusing these. Shotgun maggot. It doesn't have flavor text. But I'm assuming it fused. Or, oh, maybe it doesn't need the flavor text. The main question is, does the, do the baby balls from the shotgun propagate maggot? I don't know. More shotgun. Okay. Unfortunately, this is one of those situations where the boss isn't quite going to give me the angle I'm looking for. It's like maybe I park directly on top of it. Hard to say. Do we want to get Spider Queen? Yeah, because Mosquito King is kind of eh. I could go for Spider Queen. I guess that means we can't go... second shotgun. Unless I get another... egg sack. I mean, we could. You never know. Yeah, I'm just doing whatever. Whatever it gives me is whatever I go with. Okay, we have a fusion. We have a yeah. Should have waited on that one. Do we want to go for the ethereal cloak? No, we do not. I'm just gonna grab the cell ball. We might have some other fusion that we can pull off here. I just don't think it matters. I think I might just mix... Ooh. If we can get the level before we get the final fusion orb, if there is another one, I think I might just do Cell Ball plus Spider Queen. Because that's a good mix. Spawn balls from Spider Queen have the same properties as Cell. That's... How much does that... How does that work? I have no idea. Wait, there was another? What? Do we fuse them together? Is there a benefit to that? No. I'm gonna take the gold. Yeah, I could have grabbed a bomb or something. Let's grab the diamond hilted dagger for more crit. Yeah, shame we can't get the extra bonus flat damage. I think I should try that, though, with a build exactly like this. Just a frontal heavy crit flat damage build. Okay, that isn't working. And I'm going to be taking some damage here. Unless I do something about these guys. Ah, missed it. It's kind of a silly build. God, I love the music on this level. Alright. Yeah, we can't really hit the dragon. It doesn't seem like a lot of the... Ow. It doesn't seem like a lot of the balls were bouncing off of his face and back at me. That's okay. Okay, let's remember to look at the DPS. Let's not look away like a fool. It always pops up right at the end. DPS on this was actual turbo garbage. This was great. Huh. It really was Cornucopia carrying that run. Shotgun Maggot? Don't think it was all that it was cracked up to be. Either that or the DPS statistics were off. Which is entirely possible. It wouldn't be the first time. Eh. Okay, so I haven't done much with the juggler. I haven't done much with makeshift Sisyphus. And juggler. Alright. And what is maximum fast? And what kind of build do we want to go for on this one? We could do Holy Laser. Because I don't think Holy Laser propagates Lightning Rod. Broodmother... We could do a Broodmother Holy Laser. I haven't tried that on this one. I know it would do a ton of damage. It'd just be tricky to pull off with this group. Let's go for the vertical laser first. And then work our way up. Grab the pressure valve, because we're going to need it. Let's see. Do we want to grab Magma Ball? Let's go for a freeze. Because getting the blizzard is good. Okay, and we're going to be having some trouble here. Our damage is good, but we just don't fire quite enough balls, and a lot of them are going to get stuck back behind. Ow. Let's see, which is going to be tricky. I already have Ice Ghost. Or Ice Tract. So we don't need to worry about it. Do I need dark for anything? I don't think so. Max ice out. Start working on cell. Even though horizontal laser probably would have made more sense if I could have got it. And I could go for overgrowth. That is an option. I've never tried, like, holy laser plus overgrowth. Okay, let's get blizzard. I think blizzard is one of the more, like, just good generic AoEs. I think it has one of the higher freeze chances, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I should probably grab magic staff. Yeah, do we want to just go for overgrowth? Overgrowth blizzard? Seems halfway decent. We'll have to boogie if I want to try and get the maggot holy laser. But we might not have to boogie. I'm just going to pick this up. Go for the fission. Alright. Grab next level of overgrowth. Okay, let's see if I can kill this guy before things go bad. And that's the box of snakes, so we want to stay away from it. I'm looking for none of you. Yeah, we don't want that one. It could work in a pinch. Like, not quite as good as... no. Not quite as good as. And therefore not worth it. Let's just get rid of wind. A couple of these. Boy, this might just say, no, let's grab dynamite. It's an AoE we can kind of get into the mix that helps me. Okay, so we have an evolution, radiation beam, or we have a fusion. Let's just mix these two together. Stack of overgrowth. Upon reaching 2, does damage, freezes enemies in the area. Yeah. So, not the most powerful overgrowth combo, but it spreads. Okay. There it is. Now I just need to get really lucky. Banish Ghost, it's not going to help me. I can't afford more. But it's kind of fine. Reroll, please. Thank you. Okay, so we've got the combo. Do I want to go for Radiant Feather? I think so. We're not firing constant baby balls, so it's not going to be messing with my movement or positioning that much. Probably. Okay, go for the evolution. Probably going to start with Holy Laser, just because that actually is good. The maggot does literally nothing for me. Apart from being a vehicle to make Holy Laser obscene. Alright, and now we just need to level these two up. Yeah, we'll have the combo. Shame I'm not killing enemies enough to go for the full clear. That would have been nice. Alright. Kill the box of snakes. This seemingly does just gratuitous amounts of damage to this guy. Yep, he's toast. Just gotta go for fission. We got it. Then we just need one orb. I'll grab Fleet Feet. Why not? Okay. Go for the fusion. Make it Holy Laser. Alright, and now things are toast. There's the field clear that I'm looking for. I might as well go for the evolution, get Wings of the Anointed. Does Wings of the Anointed no longer affected by environmental hazards on the ground? Does that mean I don't burn? Oh yeah, that's convenient. Alright, what do we get in the mix? Frankly, let's just get burn. Actually thinking about it the other day, I'm actually kind of surprised there's upper limits on the amount of status effects you can apply to anybody. Because I don't think it really matters. Let's just get bleed. Like, so many of these high flat rate damage balls have no upper limit, but for some reason, damage over time does. I'm sure there's a reason for it, but it feels like it kind of hampers the idea of a deep damage over time build unnecessarily, when it's fundamentally like the least supported of the builds. Anyway, that boss got toasted. That boss got toast. Okay, so 6,000 damage. This actually was pretty respectable. This, on the other hand, 40,000 damage. That's almost as much as the nuke chain gun. Speaking of, we can go do an empty nester run, which is what I was hoping for. Okay, let's see. Do we have an upgrade? No. Okay, I'm gonna... how do we want to do this one? We want to go for empty nester, and we need... I got a couple of options. I was trying to think of like kind of a frost ghost thing, but I think empty nester specifically sings when we're going for stuff that has a cooldown before it can be shot again. So anything that uses the dark ball, anything that uses the... Ooh, dark ball would be interesting. Anything that uses dark ball, anything that uses the egg sac, anything that is explosive. So these two explode. I think... yeah, those are the two that explode. So this could be really interesting if mixed with something else. We just need to figure out what to pair it with. So we have Assassin, which is Iron and Dark. Or, yeah, it's Iron and Ghost, which wouldn't be a bad move. But I think we do a Salty Run back a little bit. Let's see, not Soul Sucker, it's the other one. This one. Phantom, so we want Dark Ball. Ooh. Okay, let's do Empty Nester, comboed with Shade. We're gonna shoot him from the back. And I want none of these. This is gonna be a little tricky. I don't know if this is going to be at all helpful. I think we're just going to quick restart 1 or 2 times to get this build running. Well, there's the egg sac, so there's kind of what I need. And then I think I might just grab the Eye of the Beholder because I'm going to take some potential damage here. Okay, and we're just going to kind of slap him from behind. Level up. Do not want bleed. think I want hourglass. Definitely don't want any of these. Do want the ruby hilted dagger. Because we're going to be hitting enemies from behind a lot, which means decent damage. Fleet feet? Yeah, let's grab fleet feet. Because going for the wings of the anointed, probably a good idea. And then, ooh. I could go for this in... No, I can't. Oh, but there's the cell ball that we needed. So used to playing on Fast Plus, this actually feels glacial even though it's ×3 speed. Do you know how weird that is? I mean, hopefully. But the idea of specifically playing this game on such high speeds that the moment it goes back down to regular speed, it actually feels wrong. Got a field clear. That's not normal. Okay. I think I'm going to go for the voluptuous egg sac first, as that's actually going to be more valuable here. Line these up. Yeah, normally Empty Nester does not fire baby balls. However, there's still ways to get them. Yeah, we actually probably want to go for cornucopia too if we can swing it. That's going to be tricky, though. If it gives it to me, I'm taking it. If it doesn't, so be it. Okay, let's get the evolution. The less balls I have, the more of each individual ball I fire. Because it's spreading all of those shots across. Go for that. I don't think I care deeply about Silver Bullet. You know, actually, this is one of those situations where the crit spear insta-kill might actually be good. Because we're going to have like a 40-50% crit chance. Okay, we do not want a single ball. So yeah, let's grab the Reacher's Spear. None of these. This is a character where I wish I had infinite banishes to really make it work. Because yeah, cornucopia would have been good, but we don't need it that bad. Okay. Yeah, oh my god, this is extremely strong, actually. Time to make it better. Fusion. Egg sac Phantom. Okay, so spawn balls from voluptuous egg sac have the same properties as Phantom. So this is what I was hoping for. So here's the thing. Voluptuous egg sac reloads for Empty Nester as soon as it destroys itself. Oh wait, no, of course we're not getting... Damn it, that sucked. I didn't even realize all of my passives are full. Well, it's okay. If this just becomes most of my build, so be it. And so as soon as those voluptuous egg sacs hit for the first time, they explode into a bunch of regular egg sacs, which are no longer considered balls. They are considered like temporary spawned entities, and therefore don't count against my current balls on the field limitation. So, as long as all of those voluptuous egg sacs have exploded and disappeared, I immediately start firing more of them, with almost no reload time. Which is resulting in this. I don't think it's quite as strong as the chain nuke against regular groups. Namely, just because I think they're a little too spread out. I guess one thing I could do is actually start firing sideways. I just have to perk myself in a position. Yeah, there we go. Giving me a little bit better coverage. Okay. Do I get short bow? No, that doesn't help me too much. Hourglass, not great either. I'll grab the Gracious Impaler. Let's see, what are we looking for? Feather? Ugh. I don't know if we're gonna get feather. We could go for Wagon Wheel and just call it a day. Sure. Oh, right. We might as well level up Wagon Wheel. Alright, there. And now I don't grab any other balls. And we just let this character go. I don't have anything other than fusion or fission to go for. I really like this combo. I'm glad I stuck around for New Game Plus. Some part of me was extremely tempted to mess around or to just stop after the credits rolled on regular New Game 0, just because, you know, that's usually where I stop, and I don't want to, like, overstay my welcome. Namely, one of the things is, like, I don't want to be the ball pit guy forever, knowing that, you know, this game does have limited longevity. Ultimately, most games are only worth playing for, I'm going to say, 10 to 30 hours tops. Some longer RPGs, obviously, more than that, but... And then, Binding of Isaac. But if we're talking, like... You know, just... regular roguelikes, or not the, like, extreme ones, yeah, they just don't have the staying power to last that long. And that is okay, too. But then also, as a YouTuber... You know, I get a lot of comments from people being like, I haven't watched you since so-and-so, I stopped watching after this series ended, or play more of this, you know, I'm only here for that. And, I've been through that cycle so many times at this point that I've kind of built up that, like, ow. I've built up a... I want to say a mental resistance, exactly, a aversion, there we go, to the idea of becoming the X game or Y game guy, because I know it's not good for me. God, it's like I just unleash a blender behind them regularly. You know that, like, trying to think of what it is. Okay, this is kind of a, not the, most... I don't know, accurate comparison. But you know in those games where you're, like, running away, and there's, like, a moving wall that is slowly moving towards you, and it's got, like, whirling blades or something? I've created that. I am the bad guy. Alright, it's boss time. So Lord of Owls is actually going to be kind of tricky, just because Lord of Owls is not hittable all the time, and they also don't hang out in the back line, so it's going to be a little trickier to hit them. However, when they park their butt on the ground, hopefully I'll be able to hit them a bunch. Get blendered, sir. And or madame, I have no idea. It's kind of wearing a bonnet thing. You know, the only sad part about a build like that is it's over. It's so fast. You become the most broken thing ever and the game just ends, because why would it continue? Okay. Surprisingly, it says only 6,000 DPS, but I feel like it's not accurately counting how utterly broken that was. I guess the nuke one was just that much more immediately powerful. Alright, so I've done things. What build haven't I done? I mean, we haven't done Makeshift Sisyphus in Heaven. I haven't let these guys loose in a while. I don't know how much I care. I could do a couple levels with them on the fastest possible difficulty. I don't know. The problem is, like, I want to play the game. Let's see. Balls always pierce enemies until they hit a wall. We could mix in Sisyphus. That's a good combo. Sure. Alright, fast. So what combo do we want to go for? Maximum swamp? Sure. Well, I mean, this is an option. Let's see. What are we looking for on any of these? I'll grab the Lover's Quiver. This actually probably is going to involve some level of me having to try here. Okay. Do we want to mix fire in? Sure. I don't know of the efficiency of it, but we could just do the Battle of the Earth Balls. Where I just only pick up the Earth Ball and its many evolutions and just try them all out. Maybe? I think the one problem with that is mostly just, well, I mean, I guess I could... I've never tried fusing 2 Earth Balls together. Yeah, sure. It's a very silly option, but it's not the worst. Okay, so let's go... Do either of these matter? Stack of burn. Poison does damage. Slowed. So let's go for the slow. Get swamp. Yeah, I've never tried mixing swamp and... like any of the Earth Ball variants together. I'm not expecting much, to be honest. But you never know. Let's see. Oh, well, there's Earth Ball. Perfect. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go for Overgrowth. Sandstorm could actually fit in one of these. Maybe. I don't know which combo I'd go for, but hey. Okay, the only immediate problem is we may run into some more ball theft here, which would be stinky. Alright, there's magma. I don't know if fusing them together is particularly good, in retrospect, because I don't know if it would generate extra blobs. I don't even know if it would let you fuse them. That's a question. Let's see. Is there anything else we can go for? I don't know. I think this is kind of fine. Yeah, because I could just fuse these together. It's not particularly amazing. Yeah, let's just do that. Rather than trying to, rather than trying to force, like, mixing them together, which may work, may not work, let's just go for more. Just maximum quantity of Earth Ball. The problem is I have, like, no meaningful way to stop projectiles here. Alternatively, I do. We're just gonna grab the mirror as well. Banish that ball. I mean, I could grab bomb if I'm, like, really desperate. Yeah, the problem is my balls are currently behind. And that makes this a little trickier. Because, yeah, we have Pierce until we hit a wall. This is gonna hurt. Because we're not doing a whole lot of damage here. Which is not great. Do I want to grab pressure valve? Sure. Yeah, so this is going to be one of those situations where I'd probably get killed by the boss more than anything else. I might be able to take it out. Yeah, I'll just pick up a fireball. I think we need the bomb or something. It's okay. I have a lot of health, apparently. This is a surprise. Let me this out. Go ice, sure. Crossfire's kind of nice. Yeah, sucker just has a lot of HP, and all my balls are preoccupied. There's the cell ball. Snag this. Vision. Okay, let's see. We want none of these. I mean, I guess I'll grab the hand mirror. Yeah, so we've supposedly got oodles of blobs kind of blobbing around. Okay, we have an evolution available. Could go for Frostfire. It's not a bad move. Otherwise, I could fuse... let's go for the evolution. Probably should still look into getting Bomb. Maybe. Or I could get a laser. I don't know. This is just makeshift Sisyphus power hour. We're not going for any, like, crazy double fusions. It is purely just... mixing in a one evolution with Cell Ball, or Holy Laser and Cell Ball. These are options. They're maybe not my favorites, but it'll give me a lot of balls. Let's see. I want to reroll. Grab the magic staff. Now it's just balls all the time. I really hope this game gets some, like, subsequent updates. I can't believe we actually got a... Where are... Oh, no. Okay, so this is actually... Wait, no, hold up. I'm not immune? Oh, God. Yeah, it's taken, like, all of my balls. Or at least a considerable portion of them. I was not expecting this boss to be... Okay, well, that's good. I was not expecting this boss to be quite as rough. I need a vertical laser. And if it's not going to give it to me, I'm in trouble. There it is. I don't think I've ever had trouble with this boss before, but... No, please don't let this thing kill me. Nope. Ouch. Makeshift Sisyphus is going to be a little tricky here, but I think, namely, I need to actually stack in a bomb. So the fire at the magma ball did more damage. The sad part is the horizontal laser was just better. Oh, that's bleak. Okay, do we want to just grab a bomb? Yeah. I think I might just be lazy and just... Well, I mean, I guess we're part way. Yeah, so all I need is a fireball up in here and we could make the nuke on the makeshift Sisyphus. That's not a terrible idea. It does gobs of damage on this guy. Okay. I don't want it yet. Though it is tempting. Yeah, the problem is I need vertical laser or fire. There we go. Alright, so that gets us our bomb. I don't know if I've done the infinite propagating nuke on this guy. Also, I don't think I've ever done holy laser nuke, but I don't think they synergize at all. Okay, get that evolution. Because yeah, we need the bomb. Damage could use a little bit of work. We're good. Okay. Boost bomb. What are we mixing in now? Broodmother. Which is technically not good, but it's fine. Let's see. Max out bomb. Because we can get the nuke immediately. I mean, this is working. Let's see. Now I just need to get... Let's see. And all I need to get is Cell Ball. Would have been nice to snag it earlier, but... was not going to be so forthcoming. Okay. Definitely don't want that orb yet. The other thing I could do is just go Dark Nuke for, like, insane damage. Okay. Let's actually pick this up. We can just go for the fission. Oh, that was less than I was hoping for, actually. Yeah, I think let's try and do Dark Nuke versus Cell Ball. Do we want to go for Pressure Valve? I don't think it really helps us too much. We're looking for Silver Bullet. And Radiant Feather's not bad. Okay. Well, it's definitely looking a lot worse for wear than the last time. Okay. Well, I guess I'll grab Fleetfoot. Snag him. We're gonna go for Fusion, Nuke, and Dark. Hold up. How much damage was that? I don't think the damage goes up that high. Which is kind of a shame, actually. Oh, that's fun. The explosions do actually destroy enemy projectiles. I still think I would have been maybe better off going for Clone rather than Super Dark Nuke, now that I know that the damage cap really is 9,999. It's a shame, because it's like, hey, it does this much damage. No, it doesn't. Don't lie to me. A stopgap, but I'm not keen on it. There it is. And then we still need to get vertical laser to pull this off. I feel like New Game Plus should have had a New Game Plus should have had a structure that allows you to limit break things. Anywhere from, like, uncapped status effects to damage from things like the nuke. Because it feels very strange that we don't have those options. Like, I actually feel like this game could have had some really robust features for going into New Game Plus and playing around in that space. Okay, evolution, going maggot. Unfortunately, yeah, Super Nuke is extremely hamstrung by this, to the point where, yeah, I would have been better off going for Cell. Okay, we're looking for... technically, vertical laser. I'm not going to be that lucky, unfortunately. I'll have to try this, the nuke again, specifically with, with the Jester, where I can actually lob it into the midst of groups. Because that's something I haven't done yet. So we do have a fusion. We don't want those. 3-level fission feels bad, especially because we already got one of those, but hey, so be it. I might have to ditch this. Nope, there it is. Though the timing on this is going to be a little tight. Oh. It's going to be extremely tight. I messed that up. Well, either we get it right at the very end, or we don't get it at all. So be it. Let's actually grab the cloak, because here it's going to be helpful. Alright. I mean, this is working out. It feels a little silly to constantly be so reliant on the nuke of all things. That's not great. Okay, let's see. Do I have enough money for the reroll? Yeah. I can't believe it. Yeah, the timing is tight. Entirely reliant on getting Holy Laser up one more level, and it's going to just give me crap. Wow, we didn't even get the Holy Laser up to maximum. There it goes. Is it like an infinitesimally small chance we get another? Because it's felt like we randomly are getting a third here, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, one way or another, I don't think nuke's worth it. Oh, wait, we did? Huh. Alright. That's baffling. That must be new. Either an update or it's this act. I have no idea. Well, let's just max it out. We're just kind of doing whatever at this point. I still feel like Pressure Valve is not really worth investing in. It goes back to really wish New Game Plus had some other things, like if you could actually build buildings that let you invest resources into certain items and abilities, give them fun features. Because boy, Pressure Valve ain't pulling it. At least we have a chunk of baby balls now to eat hits for me. And this is why we seriously would benefit from uncapped damage. Because it's not that the capped damage on the nuke actually balances anything, all it does is it just makes spam builds that much more effective. Which is fine. Okay. Yeah, 13,000 versus... Admittedly, Super Nuke did 40,000 damage, for 40,000 DPS, so I guess it was good. I just... question if it's that good. I don't know, it's fine. I should stop bellyaching. It was mostly just the, like, there's... Not to say that this game wasted some opportunities, but it's one of those where, like, I crave more, and it's not quite giving it to me, and it'll be enough to get, you know, through to the end of the game, and I'm very curious to see what the, like, final, final difficulty levels on this are going to be. Let's see, do we want to do one more run? I think we do. I haven't done anything with the Cogitator. I probably should. Let's do just a nice, easy... These two going through... What haven't they done yet? They haven't done the Liminal Desert yet. Let's do Gory Grasslands. Fast ++3? Heck yeah. That's a nice... We could do like 2 of these, maybe. Fast ++ just fits so well. Unless, of course, they die, which is possible. But honestly, with the amount of stats I've chunked onto these guys, I would laugh if they managed to pull off the Satan combo. I don't think they're going to, though. But yeah, it feels like this is... I'm not disappointed with what is in this game, but, you know, looking at the available content and how everything could kind of fuse together, you know, more combinations, more evolutions, and so on and so forth, it really feels like this is one of those games that, yeah, you could add, like, 2 or 3 more layers of meta progression, fusions, longer runs, endless modes, stuff like that. And all of those could work. I feel like endless mode would be tricky. but could still be enjoyable. And so, let's see. I don't know. I guess I just find myself pining for it because I'm like, yeah, it wouldn't, on a conceptual level, it wouldn't take much. On a balancing and development side of things, I'm sure it would take a lot of extra time and effort to make like that much deeper and broader of a product. But there are very few roguelikes where I'm like, no, this could be so much more than it is. You know, no, probably wouldn't work. I was thinking Shuriken plus the, plus Holy Laser could be kind of fun. What other good combos are there with Holy Laser? Feels like Frost Flame wouldn't be a bad one. On a more, like, long-term basis. Maybe. Yeah, I'm trying to think of roguelikes that have, like, really interested me in this way. A lot of Bullet Heavens, the problem is a lot of Bullet Heavens don't actually have that deep of gameplay. It's just walk around and let the game fight for you. I say as I'm letting the game walk around and fight for me. Let's see. Yeah, it goes for the Holy Laser. Curious to see what it'll mix with the Holy Laser. But so this is the first, like, Bullet Heaven adjacent game I think I've played at all that uses all of those good game design ideas and mechanics and functionalities, but as a, like, much more traditional, I'm gonna say more kind of like Binding of Isaac era roguelike more than anything else. I don't know if Binding of Isaac is exactly the right way to put it, but it feels like there's kind of, I've talked about this before, game genealogies where you can kind of see where the clear influences are. And like, yeah, obviously I think this game's strongest influences are automatically, yeah, it's actually kind of a good combo. Vampire Survivors and, let's see what I was going to say. Vampire Survivors and Breakout. Or Space Invaders. There's a little bit of Space Invaders in there as well. But when Binding of Isaac came out, it was kind of like the first time the current roguelike genre, because there's three different types of roguelikes. There are the traditional dungeon crawler tile-based roguelikes that are usually turn-based, and functionally they've become mystery dungeon games at this point. It's very rare that you run into a proper traditional roguelike at this point, because it's a very niche audience. Not a lot of people go wildly out of their way to play those. That doesn't mean that they aren't popular. Caves of Qud is incredible. And even that is definitely a little bit more than just roguelike, or traditional roguelike. I'm thinking more like Dungeons of Dreadmore and NetHack and stuff is like the true blue traditional roguelikes. And then there's the Binding of Isaac style, which is it's not a roguelike at all, not really. It just uses a lot of the design conventions from roguelikes, the permadeath, the randomization, and whatnot, to create what is effectively a highly replayable experience with a lot of variation. And then that's kind of evolved into this new age arcade game. Like, if I wanted to coin a new genre, I'd actually call them roguecades or something like that. Where, take any classic arcade game, Space Invaders, Breakout. I didn't play a whole lot of arcade games when I was a kid. I mean, even light gun shooters would actually work really well for this kind of thing, but anything that you played back or people played in arcades back in the day with large, like the large machines in person, the ones that are generally coin munchers, you play for like a round or two, couple of rounds, or you play for a high score or something like that. Almost all of those kind of classic-y arcade games are being remastered, remade as roguelikes now, where you have all of the randomization, the build combinations, crazy powers and stuff like that, but it's still self-contained within like a 10 to 15 to maybe hour run. Anything longer than that, and it's not really a roguecade game anymore. At that point, that's your kind of more standard Binding of Isaac flair. And so, I guess, yeah, I would probably put this in the category of roguecade over whatever you want to call the subgenre that Binding of Isaac invented, but you can still kind of feel that genealogy in there. I'm kind of dancing around this point because I more or less just thought of that, and it feels like this is one of those that I need to sit down and turn into a video essay, if I had the time and focus to do so. I keep trying to write them. I have a ton of scripts. It's just a matter of bringing them to production. Almost all of these are videos that I'd love to make. It's just a matter of I suck at. I don't want to say I suck at writing. I'm a decent writing it, but you need to do revisions, and I start losing the plot really fast if I have to go through long revisions, which is my constant nightmare. But it's fine. Anyway, so yeah. I guess, okay, to go back and recap the three categories. We have the traditional roguelikes. We have the Binding of Isaac style roguelites, which have just become roguelike. The real definition between roguelike and roguelite for most people is whether or not it has meta progression, which for me, I generally stand by that one. But it kind of feels like there needs to be another acknowledgement of the subgenre for roguecades. So do we have Berserk Holy Laser? That's an interesting combo. I don't know how good that's going to be. I'll have to check the DPS when it's done. Games that are very specifically... kind of like how you have a bunch of Vampire Survivors-y games, and everybody wants to call them Survivors-likes, and I hate that. Horde Survival I could accept, but I still feel like Bullet Heaven works because it's literally... Vampire Survivors tag... What are they doing? I guess they have health to spend. Vampire Survivors tagline was "Be the Bullet Hell," which, just seemed like a perfect shoe-in to create the Bullet Heaven name. Because, yeah, go figure, you are being the Bullet Hell. What is the reverse of a Bullet Hell but a Bullet Heaven? Unless you want to reverse bullet, at which point, I don't know, pillow, ? Doesn't really count. Anyway. So, I hate coming up with a whole genre for something that is functionally a subgenre that doesn't really need to be named after one specific game. Really, that's it. I hate naming genres after specific games. 30 years from now, we are going to be arguing over Survivors likes and why the hell are, Bullet Heaven's called that. Especially if, you get a lot more survival crafters, and that just gets murky, where there's almost nothing that is Bullet Heaven apart from Matt Roshak's game called Bullet Heaven, which, I don't know. What? Okay, this is just weird. Oh, it's because it's turn-based. The boss hadn't quite exited the screen, so we're inside the boss, or entered the screen? I don't know, it doesn't matter. So yeah, splitting the genres again. Traditional roguelikes, Binding of Isaac era, longer-term roguelikes that you sit down for an hour and play. And then there's the more kind of recent roguecades that are much shorter. Obviously, I don't know if roguecades need to be a titled genre either. I think it's mostly just for a acknowledgement instead of calling them Balatro-likes. Okay, so this sucked. Berserk Holy Laser was terrible compared to Sandstorm Shuriken, which really doesn't have any special synergies. It's just a matter of it's strike through with an AoE. That's always good. I don't even know where I'm going with this on this topic. It's just a matter of this is something that's been kind of stuck in my head in terms of well, let's see how they do on the Heavenly Gates, and then I'll end the video. Be nice to send them into the void, but we can do that for the next video. But the problem I've run into with a lot of the roguecade games is that they very much embrace the short play. Too much, that the runs are over too fast, or their build variety is a little bit too limited, or ultimately the content that is available in them is kind of light. They're meant to be cheap games on purpose, but that also means that they're meant to be quick to develop and thus don't have a whole lot of good things. Holy shit, that guy actually shoots a lot of arrows. Still done the damage, not too impressed by it, frankly, but hey. And so, even within, like, the bullet heaven genre, there's a couple I've sunk a lot of hours into. Rogue Genesia, Halls of Torment, I was gonna say Cthulhu, Death May Die, but no, it's just Death May Die. Is Death May Die, right? Death Must Die? No. I wonder how that game is doing. The last update was not well received. Yeah, Death Must Die. When was the last time it got a big update? I had Darkmoor back in April. Let's see if people have gotten... it seems like they're happier with it, so hopefully it's gotten... People are calling it abandonware. Oh, feels like abandonware. Excuse me, I think it got an update, like... Oh, actually, no, the last update was back in May. That's a shocker. Death Must Die is, like, extremely good, and if it is full abandonware, that would suck. That one actually has, like, a ton of potential. Maybe that was the last titled one. When was the most recent one on my end? No, it really was May 22nd. Probably just waiting for a big update. What was the last one prior to that? No, actually, they just don't put out a whole lot of minor updates. Because, yeah, the last prior update, prior to Darkmoor, was the procedural horde patch in October 24. So I think they just take a long time between updates. That's good. But, like, there's a couple of bullet heavens that I really want to sink my teeth into, but honestly, once I've kind of run out of the fun, unlocked most of the content, seen most of the combos, seen all the evolutions, I'm done, I'm good, I'm perfectly happy to move on. I have not been paying attention to what these guys are up to. And so this is the first one that I would say kind of follows the genealogy of Vampire Survivors, and maybe if you want to throw in other Rogue Caves, Balatro and whatnot. Maybe not so much Balatro. Well, no, it is, because, like, there's no fluff, no backtracking. Like, this game is all thriller, no filler, for the most part. Even the regular fights, like, I actually died to the monsters more than I died to the final boss. Because really, I died to the mid-bosses more because they have a time limit, unlike everything else, which you just have to bullet hell dodge. They might not survive this. Who knows? Time to find out or something. They're just taking a lot of extra damage. Well, it'll be slightly validating if these two chuckleheads can't manage to beat the Heavenly Gates. Why are they just eating arrows like chumps, though? I don't know. Maybe Ultra Instinct will kick in. No, I think they might actually be host here. Like I said, mildly validating, at the very least. What is this build they're even going for? I think they don't have a build. Well, they've died once. That's new. I might actually have to, like, split these two up if I want to finish this. I was really hoping they'd be able to auto their way through the end. Well, we will see. Oh, the infinite plinker. Yeah, whatever happened on that one, it was lined up perfectly to just go back and forth infinitely. Wow, Tactician has some really nutty potential for, like, horizontal shots or infinite ones. I think the big problem here is this guy doesn't have any AoEs. So they literally can't cope. What are they doing? Why? That's like literally the worst shot they could have picked. Like I said, kind of validating that in, like, one of my first videos, I'd cover the Cogitator, and I was just like, I don't know. I don't think they're very good, and everybody's like, no, they're secretly a genius, and I had to give them credit, especially on future runs. Now I can safely say, no, it's just dumb luck and stupidity. Anyway, I will have to give that another shot, but I will do that next time. For now, I might as well say that I sincerely hope this gets some updates. I think that would be so cool, or mods, or any number of other things. But with all that said, oh yeah, somebody had said there was a mausoleum over here. I should probably go looking for it. The war room. Unfortunately, there's no, like, search, so I can't just search for the mausoleum. I I don't even know if it was called the Mausoleum, to be honest. Or maybe those on prior videos before I moved everything around, which is entirely possible. Oh, you know what? Did I ever set the aim on these suckers? I'm pretty sure I did. Oh, House for the Shade. Yeah, that'd do it. Or it just looks like that building as well. I also don't roll shade that often. Okay, well, that should be it, at least for now. I got a lot of other things that I could do, should do, but I will save that for another video. I'll have to mull on this roguecade thing, because I feel like it's something that needs to be somewhat acknowledged, because it also feels like a lot of developers making roguecade games, and not thinking too hard about it. I wish they would, but I love this one, and I cannot wait to play more. Probably. I'd say we have how many more runs in us? 4, 6? At least 6 runs. I want to get to New Game plus maybe 1 run into that. I don't know if I'm going to go that much further. Once again, really wish this had a bunch of New Game Plus structures that I could dive into. Just to bring up some of those kind of cruddy and not so good, didn't scale well into New Game Plus passives and balls and whatnot. But alas. Anyway, for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.